Hey, hi. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites every single time. Folks, we are out here taking a continued look at Nine Kings. We took a look at this last week, and I gotta tell you, it was fun. It was fun. I like what they're up to with this game, and I wanted to try out one of the new kings and see if we could put together an interesting build, or two or three. You never know. Let's see what we want to start with here. Strikes your opponents with chain lightning bolts. You know, I'm sold on that. Let's go that way with it, and I think we can probably pick up the difficulty one level. I don't know if we've opened any perks yet. No, it doesn't appear that we have. All right, let's get right in there. Let's see what we can do. Kicking things off with a sip. Cheers to you. Now, if this is your first time seeing this game, it's kind of a deck builder, kind of a city builder at the same time, and then you go through this interesting cycle of fighting the enemies that are going to appear over here. Units attacks trigger a lightning chain, deals +1 damage and +1 chain per stack. Once we draw down to 2 cards in the deck, we're going to automatically go right into the combat phase. Every year has a 50% chance of duplicating an enchantment of one adjacent troop. Well, that could be good to set up early on. So I'm going to pop this right over here, and then we will pop enemies with the lightning this time around. Well, this is leaving a little bit to be desired. I like it, but we definitely are going to need more support out there, I'll tell you what. Okay, all right. Not a bad start. I'll take another sip here. Ranged troop always attacks the enemy with the lowest health, the executioner. Lab rat. Disposable melee troop levels up whenever adjacent plots level up, with no max level. Whenever adjacent plots level up. Okay, that is interesting. So let's take that, and I think what I want to do is put down the warlock. We're going to put the warlock over here. And that'll at least start us with some kind of troop support out there. Alright. Oh, I didn't realize we were still fighting there. Okay. Alright. Every year adds +1 unit to one adjacent troop. Oh, that's cool too. See, last time I didn't lean into the buildings too much, and this time I think I'm going to do a better job of that. So let's put this over here, and we will start adding to our warlocks that way. They make a nice little noise, don't they? Alright. I feel like taking out this back row might be more important. Alright. Perfect. When this building reaches level 3, it levels up all your plots. Unit gains +1% damage whenever any plot levels up. Tanker unit that doesn't attack but reflects all taken damage. Oh, this would be good if we put this adjacent to the farm and we just created a bunch of tanks. I think. Alright, choose a royal decree. Receive 2 cards after every battle. You can no longer choose your loot. Doubles the attack speed of your citadel's lightning bolts. Oh, that would be nice. I'm feeling this. That said, we need to upgrade the citadel. as well. Make that lightning even better. Okay, so I think we're going to put the defender there so that it is being supported by the farm. The lightning is so much faster off the citadel now. That is crazy. Alright, destroy target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. Units attacks trigger a lightning chain. Ranged troop casts powerful attacks at a slow rate. So I think what we're going to do here is apply static to this. And this is looking like a good setup. I mean, I was going to say that no matter what because I came up with it, but you know what I'm saying, right? It doesn't look too bad. You're saying, oh, come on, goat. Come on. I know. The jokes are bad, but the gameplay's all right. Right? Right? This is a wonderful sipping game, by the way, because, you know, the rounds don't last too long. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate, whatever you're doing out there. Cheers to you. Okay, so I think I'm going to get another lab rat. And that way we can put a lab rat down and then upgrade our lab rat. Blessing. My lord, the prophet has foreseen a blessing in 9 years. Okay. Doubles the damage of the card on the target plot in the year of the prophecy. Okay, well, what is the target? Oh, my. Okay. So we're gonna put lab rats over here. Eventually, we're gonna give them static capability as well. If you're having a good time out there, do me a favor, hit that like button. It'll help more people see this video and learn about this game. We gotta support the good ones, right? Okay. Unit causes area damage equal to 20% of its attack when it kills an enemy. Every year has a 50% chance of duplicating an enchantment of one adjacent troop. Right. So we could upgrade the library, but we could also upgrade the citadel. And you already know that's what we're doing. Okay. Yeah, let's do that now. I mean, we tend to fire that off. And you can see how much damage each unit does. 230 being the strongest. Because numbers and math and science. Alright, so it didn't necessarily increase the area of the attack, but instead of doing 15s, we're doing 20s, which is a lot nicer. Deals weak, but fast range damage, so let's see, farmer, okay. Every year adds +1. You know, we could... Oh, my lord, it is time to wage war against another king. Alright, things are heating up. I don't know, the King of Greed looks extra nasty. I think I'd like to take him on. Alright. So, we got the farm, we got the lab rat. You know, I'm thinking that we put another farm down over here. I think that's what I want to do. And then I know in year 9, right? Which what is next year? Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, we gotta take out this back row. I think we need a ranged back row. All right, still rocking. I mean, this is tempting, but so is this. You know? Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna go Citadel. And I think this will fully upgrade our Citadel now. Right? So let's do that. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna go back row for the most part. Okay, so more damage on the Citadel. And I think the lightning strikes are being shared, right? They're bouncing a little bit, as you typically get from lightning and video games. I do like the scout tower, but I really like what the farm is doing for us, so... Oh, look at this. So we've got 80 coins. We could buy another farm. That would be good for us. If an adjacent unit dies in battle, summons an imp to fight in its place. Well, I don't know that we can fit that in right at the moment. Creates roots that trap enemies, 3 roots per level. That sounds fun. Area damage turret. Every year sacrifices an adjacent unit per level to gain +2 damage. Okay. So I think we'll go with the orchard as well. And that's good. That's good. All right. So, we have, well, both farms are going to get an upgrade. Perfect. And let's upgrade this farm. And I'm thinking we put static down. Right? So that the library continues to support us. I think that makes sense. Okay, every year adds +2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. Interesting. Receive +3 gold at the end of every year. Well, I wouldn't mind a vault. A little bit of a Scrooge McDuck action out here, right? Let's take a sip real quick. All right, let's see. I don't know, part of me would be totally fine with upgrading the lab rat population. Let's do it. See if we can get that. Ooh, they got a buff from the library. It's nice. Perfect. We're chewing through them now. Okay. So we could go Warlock and upgrade the current group that we have. I'm thinking Warlock or Library. Oh, very interesting. So we can expand out, and I think it's best if we put, you know, it in a spot where we take advantage of the adjacency benefits. So let's do that, and then we can put some new unit over here. All right, we're gonna buff our warlocks. And the library failed, huh? Okay. We're gonna remember that. Libraries. What a time, right? 2025. You go to the library, it's not about books anymore. You got video games, Blu-rays, audiobooks, right? I guess it's still a book, but you know, it's the kind of book with less work. That's for me. Probably not shocking to you. Unit's first hit is always critical. Turns enemies into rats. Fighting for you. Rats inherit converters' stats. Wow. I have not had this. That's very interesting. Yeah, we're doing that for sure. All right, so this is just a random building then, huh? I've got room for that. Thinking something like right over there. Oh, the library failed again. Alright, so is the converter just gonna pop off by itself then? I've got my eye on it. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's happening on the battlefield. You know, because they're glorified stick figures, basically, let's be honest. Single target tower gains plus 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you receive. When this group kills, there's a 2% chance to receive 1 gold. Oh, that is interesting. So that could be an enchantment applied to them. Doubles all enchantments of all your active troops. Increases the attack speed of your towers by 50%. Yeah, we're going to do that. And I think we're going to put Midas Touch on these guys because they are doing a lot of damage, apparently. Ooh, we got another stack of Midas Touch as well. Holy smokes. Alright, so I'm gonna say the rat transformer is popping off by itself. It's doing a little bit of damage. I could see a business case for boosting our library. Alright. Good. I just learned that I can hold the mouse button down that shoots our lightning, and you know, honestly, it's the little things for me. It really is. Okay, Beacon. Every year adds 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Well, not so sure on that one. I don't mind the Thief. Assassin troop that jumps to enemy's backline. I don't mind that at all because they are really good at assassinating those pesky archers. Alright, so we blew it. We blew it on the Zenith. We didn't have a unit there. That's too bad, so sad for us, right? Okay. Wonderful. Go get that back row. Especially this time. See them back there? They're putting in the work already. Alright, I do see some rats or something popping around out there, and I think we can attribute it to that tower. That's quite nice. Alright. Do we want to buff the defender again? I want to see what the damage is looking like lately. So, Alright, maybe we don't want to do that. How are the lab rats doing? Okay, the lab rats are doing okay, so why don't we buff them again? Wonderful. I almost think I get more bang for my buck if I electrify the large unit that zooms on in at us, just because of the shared bounces. You know, that whole effect. Highly defensive melee troop. Well-balanced melee troop. Cancels the first hit the target unit would take every battle. I wouldn't mind some soldiers. I feel like we've already got the defensive unit. Let's go with soldiers, and let's pop our soldiers right next to that farm so that we can start taking advantage of that. And that's going to be great. All right. Wonderful. Alright, turns enemies into rats. We know what that is. Unit gangs plus 1% damage whenever any plot levels up. So, I think we're going to level up our converter. Oh, look at this. Well, you know where this is going to go. Yep. Perfect. More stacks of Midas Touch. Okay, when this troop kills, there's a 2% chance to receive 1 gold. We know about that. Single target tower gains plus 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you receive. Oh my. Oh, now that's interesting. That is very interesting because we've got Midas Touch happening. And I know this would be a bad spot to put it, so I won't do that. And we might just discard a card this time, to be honest. Because I'd like to put troops over there because of the farm. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have to wait until we get another available space, I think. Doesn't it stink being responsible? It does. It's not always the fun thing to do, right? Adulting. But these are the decisions. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about what we're putting down here. Take another sip there. Great way to start the day. Coffee and video games, what a time. And there's so many. There's so many to play. Somebody said last night, I think it was Sabi B, Goat, you're putting out content like crazy. I know. There are lots of games to play, and I like playing them. I like showing them off to you. So here we are. Wizard, ranged troop, casts powerful attacks at a slow rate. You know, we could go with a wizard off to the side of the farm there. That might be nice for us. Increases the attack of all your units and towers by 30%. Doubles the amount of healing rays of your spires. Increases the attack speed of your towers by 50%. Let's do this. Nice across the board. And we're going to drag our wizards out over there. Perfect. I do like how we get a running view of the numbers in the lower right there. Kind of a tail of the tape along the way. I just enjoy their number coming down, right? Lets me know I'm doing okay. All right. I think we're okay with the farm. I think we will soldier on here. Perfect. See, everybody's getting some recruits. Beautiful. I think that our thieves are getting taken out very fast. You know, the guys that attack the back row, because I'm not seeing them too often. So if anybody needs a buff, I think it's probably that group. Units attacks trigger a lightning chain, deals +1 damage and +1 chain per stack. Yeah, I would not mind that at all. My lord, our diplomats can now make peace with an enemy king. Oh my. I think we're gonna make peace with, well, what would you call this? I mean, we've got a little bit of Mega Man happening, right? It appears, and we've got a little bit of bird face happening. So, but I guess we'll call it King of Progress. These are your enemies, okay? Yeah, I know. We're still not friends, pal. Okay. All right. These guys have... No. Who has the static ability? Oh, these guys do, the warlocks. Yeah, you can see them below. So I think... Oh, these guys have it too. Alright. Well, then in that case... What do we want to do here? I guess we'll apply static to this group. Our thieves in the back, right? At least they can do some lightning damage before they expire. Alright. You know, I like this one because you don't have to think a whole lot, you know? It's a nice, chill game to get into. Maybe right as you're starting your day, or even a close to the evening when it's been a really busy day and you kind of just want to chill out. It's a great game for that. Okay. Receive +3 gold at the end of every year. Destroy target plot. Strong but fickle warriors for hire. You always have 1 unit for each 15 gold you own. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we should try to find a spot for those guys at some point, you know? Because I'll tell you, we are building up gold very quickly. I think the orchard's going away. Yeah, I think so. Played more of Lost in Random last night, and that was a lot of fun. Tried the bow and arrow weapon. That got dangerously close. Are you watching the numbers there? That got a little bit close for comfort there. Buffs allies attack damage base. Alright, so we're gonna go, I think, with static, and we are hopefully gonna make some purchases here. We will absolutely get the poison vial. Unlock targets adjacent plots. Target's cards return to your hand up to 3 copies. Unlocks targets adjacent plots. Well, that's interesting. So if I'm understanding that right, we're going to get some additional spots to put things. Unit's first hit is always critical. Unit's attacks trigger a lightning chain. Okay, so I think we're good. You know, we could re-roll real quick and see what else we get. Wouldn't mind another poison vial. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright, so unlocks targets adjacent plots. Target's cards return to your hand up to 3 copies. So if I'm understanding this right, if I use this over here, I'm going to open this as a plot, this as a plot, and this as a plot, right? And then we're going to get 3 copies of the thief back. We're just going to have to try this and see what happens here. Okay, so got these 2, and then the thief definitely came back. So it worked. It worked as reported. So we are going to put this down. And we are going to apply poison. Okay, because that will benefit from the library. And we will put well, you know, I wouldn't mind getting these guys out there, to be totally honest. I don't know if they will benefit from the farm, but, you know, one way to find out, right? Okay, so it appears that they do, which is good. All right, let's do this. I think this is going to be good. That was a good move with the earthquake thing. Now we got a cannon firing off as well. All right. Good deal. Assassin troop that jumps to enemy's back line. Every year adds plus 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Well, you know, that would have been the type of thing that would have been good next to this guy. But that's all right. Here we are. I could see putting the thief down, but I could also see maybe just taking a pass on the thief. All right, we're going to do this. I think we're going to put a layer of static on these guys. And now we've got to build up a gold supply, too. We need more of that Midas touch to help build everything. All right. So the library would not be bad. Oh, this is interesting now. Let's think about this. There's still an advantage to be found through the library. I'm thinking back here to take advantage of that last adjacent spot. And speaking of, wow, 3 fails in a row. So I guess that's what the upgrade does for us. Okay. I'm thinking we level up the soldiers for, yeah, the third and final time. And, you know, being at 45 gold, that gave us another one of those warriors, I'm assuming. Okay, not bad, not bad. Midas touch, there it is again. So, I think we definitely want that. Doubles the maximum HP of all troops. Your wizards now have 100 attack points, but only 1 HP. Increases the attack of all your units and towers by 30%. I don't know. You know, I see our army falling quite fast. You know, down in the left corner there, so... Alright, these guys have Midas touch of 10. I want to give these guys Midas touch as well. Perfect. Lots of fails on the library. Even after my nice comments about how awesome libraries are today, I mean, I feel like we're owed something, you know? We are definitely not losing troops as fast anymore, so I think that health upgrade for us was the right way to go. Oh, I wouldn't mind archers, but I also wouldn't mind a scout tower. It's quite good. Well, here's the other thing. If we put the archers in the back, you know, we could apply Midas touch and other things to them. That would be nice for us. So let's plan on that. It looks like we got some buffs from the library that time. Look at how mighty this back row is. Okay. Static, the shaman, or the wizard. I think we'll go wizard. We've got 79. I'd rather not spend it all, but I could see a business case for one set of archers, right? Because we benefit by having more gold in this case. Oh, man. Maybe we could buy one of these, too. All right, do you go backwards in order to go forwards? I suppose you do. So let's do this. Make them a little bit beefier, right? That's a win. Make the archers a little bit beefier. And don't we have wizards already? Yeah, okay. So everybody gets a little bit beefier. That's not bad. Oh, they had to fire somebody because we don't have enough gold to support them. All right. So unfortunately, the Goat Force team had to announce layoffs. All right, as if the market wasn't bad enough as it is. My goodness, what a time! You know, their army outsized us by quite a bit, and we smashed them. I feel good about that. Levels up target plot. That's not bad. I think this is already full. This one is not full. So we could boost the converter again, right? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, lots of fails from the library again. I'm starting to wonder if it's because the adjacent troops are maxed out. Do we think that's a thing? I kind of wonder. Alright, this is looking really good to me. Let's take a sip here. Every year adds plus 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Alright, well, I'm going to take the mercenary. Oh my. We must play all of our cards. Okay, well, we can do that. Good news, we can do that. So we're going to pop a mercenary, and we are going to pop a thief, and we're going to pop another thief. And I'm feeling pretty good about what we did. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's take out the army first. And it looks like we have accomplished that much. And now we're going to go for the king. Oh, the whole team's coming. He's in for it. At least I think he is. Here it comes. You mean we can't turn him into a rat? What's the deal? Alright, look at us. Your kingdom has thrived. Click anywhere to continue. Well, we'll start another run because I think this goes into the endless mode. Only we're not going to start another run. This is where I'm going to leave you for now. Folks, this was great. Let's do this again sometime soon. We'll get together and play a roguelike or a roguelite because, well, they're the best, and you're the best. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time out there. Goodbye.